What's going on, chat, man? Pull up on your boy. Y'all know, look, man, this is not clickbait. I know a lot of y'all call me, a lot of y'all be calling me Bryce Sexual, and some of y'all call me Uncle Bryce, and some ridiculous names. Yeah. But what I find crazy is, you know what? We're gonna get into that shit, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, pull up on your boy, man. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We got some shit to talk about tonight, man. We got some shit to talk about, man. So let's go ahead and lock in, chat. Y'all know what to do by now, man. If y'all are not new to this channel, go ahead and roll up and get your drinks. Do what you got to do, man. We about to be chilling on the stream. Well, I ain't even gonna hold you, chat. I don't know if it's gonna be a chill stream. I really don't. Shit. All right, chat. Let's go ahead and get into the shit, man. Y'all know to do by now, man. Pull up on your boy. What's going on, chat? What is going on? Or what beat going on? What's up with y'all, man? Hope y'all having a smooth today is Thursday. Hope y'all having a smooth Thursday, y'all. Shit, bro. I had work today. I didn't hit the gym today though. I didn't hit the gym this morning. It's probably why my day been a little fucked up. But I mean, for the most part, today was smooth. Work was work. You know what I mean? I work with badass kids, so it can be annoying some days. Some days it can be, what I'm saying, it is what it is, bro. But today was I'll say this, it was a relief to be off today. It was a relief to be off, man. Yes, sir. But shit, hold on, give me a second. Before we get into the bullshit, man, I got a quick announcement for you guys, man. If you guys are interested in getting your people, like if you got some nephews, little cousins, you got some sons, you're trying to get out the house, you know what I'm saying, you want to get them involved in some football. We got our youth football with youth football. We got our youth football combine coming up very soon, man, on July 27th to be exact, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you guys want to register for that, man, the earlier you register, the cheaper it's going to be. Come out there, man, have a good time, fellowship. For the parents, we're going to have like food trucks and all that good stuff. We're going to have our kids come out there, showcase their skills and all that good stuff. We're going to have workouts for y'all. We're going to test y'all 40 time, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. We're going to test all that stuff, cone drills and all that good stuff, man. So make sure y'all pop out. If you got any questions about how to register or how to get down with this stuff, man, just hit me up behind the scenes. Y'all got my Twitter. It's the same handle at the Panthers Experience, man. So if you got any questions, hit me up on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, hit me up on Instagram. All that stuff is in the bio. So if you don't know what that is, just hit up the bio, click the description, and then it's right there, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. So chat, this morning, hold on, what am I talking about? Hold on, let me read these chats first. Fuck am I doing? Fuck am I doing? I'm rushing shit, man. Hold on, let me catch up with the chat real quick. See what's up with y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I'm a little tired, bro. So if I'm stumbling over words and stuff, man, y'all forgive me. I'm out of it, bro. I'm out of it. Cooking with Rice, what's going on? Welcome back to the stream, man. Cooking with Rice pulled up to the stream yesterday. He's a new subscriber. He pulled up. He done spent the block. Appreciate you pulling up, man. He said, what's good, man? Shit, bro. I'm not this damn live. I'll tell you that. Not this live. He said, I'm playing NCAA 12 waiting on this. Okay, smooth, man. A little throwback. 12 was a smooth NCAA, by the way, too. My guy, Nick Tri-State, what's going on, man? Appreciate you pulling up, as always, my brother. He said, hit that like button on the way in and share. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yes, sir. Broski Bear in the building. What's going on? He said, Quan Apocalypse now. Quan Apocalypse. Okay. That's a new nickname, I guess. He usually called me Pac, but I guess he adding a little twist to the shit. My guy Doug in the chat, man. What's going on? What's up, Doug? Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to What's Up, Doug, man. That's my co-host, aka my brother, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to What's Up, Doug, man. We got a lot of shit going on for this off season, so y'all don't want to miss it, man. Stay tuned for that. Jay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you pulling up. He said, "Oh boy, oh boy, indeed, my brother. Oh boy, indeed. We're gonna get into it. Candy girl, what's going on? I hope you're having a smooth Thursday, Miss Candy girl. Appreciate you pulling up as always. Who else up in here? Insane Gaming, what's going on, my brother? Appreciate you pulling up, man. Ron in the building. What's going on, Ron? My guy Brandon pulled up. He said, "Not you too." Oh man, Brandon, stay tuned, my brother. Stay tuned, man. Doug talking about some don't be drinking, fam. He said tipsy Quan and something else. You know what, Doug? I actually been sober the last couple days, bro. I've been sober. Like I ain't been drinking or smoke. Well, let me not tell that lie. I ain't been drinking though. I ain't been drinking. Not since maybe like a week now. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I drank. But yeah, not this live, man. I'm not even in the mood to drink, to be real. Jack in the chat. What's going on, Jack? Say what's up, Quan? Ain't shit, man. Just blessed to see another day, brother. Chef Jadiga, what's going on? I didn't stumble that time. I said that shit smooth. What's up? What's going on, Chef Jadiga? He said, "What's good, little bro? Keep pounding, man." Yes, sir. Keep pounding. Yes, sir. He said, Brandon Ward said, "Yeah, I thought he was on the train with us." Okay, let me go ahead and clear the air. I'm not off the Bryce train. Not exactly, but I got beef with this motherfucker, y'all. I do. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, for one, I'm not one of those Bryce, Bryce supporters that is not gonna hold Bryce accountable. You know what I mean? So if you fucking up or if you got some flaws to you, man, I'm paying attention to that too. I'm not just gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, my," like the comment sessions be, man, that ridiculous shit. They be like, "Oh, my glorious king Bryce, and Bryce can do no wrong, and Bryce is elite." Like, y'all not gonna hear me say that shit. Fuck no. I mean, clearly Bryce ain't elite. I mean, at least not yet. We don't know what Bryce gonna be. But y'all ain't gonna hear me over here saying that bullshit. We got some shit to talk about, man. I mean, damn, bro. I like I said, bro, I got beef with Bryce right now, man. I'm side-eyeing him real bad right now. A lot of red flags are up. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it after I read this chat, man. Let's go ahead and read the rest of this chat. Candy Girl said, "Good thing to keep the kids involved." Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to my Mallard Creek Chargers. Shout out to my Mallard Creek Chargers. It's going down, y'all. This is gonna be a good season. Last season we went to Florida to compete for nationals for my 9U team. Now we're moving up to 10U. So it's going down, y'all. It's going down, man. I can't wait to get back out there with my guys. AJ said, "What's good, bro? What's going not AJ, Adrian. What's going on, Adrian? Appreciate you pulling up to the stream. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. KJ the Great, what's going on, my brother? He said, "What's good?" Ain't shit, man. We up in this bitch. Y'all know how we do. Braz and X, what's going on? This is a new name. He said, "Damn, what Bryce do to you?" I mean, he didn't do shit to me personally. He didn't do nothing to me. But he is the leader of my team. And I got a bone to pick with this motherfucker. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I'm not, again, I'm not off the Bryce train. I'm still fucking with Bryce. I still believe in Bryce, but I got beef with Bryce right now, man. We're gonna talk about it. Let me get through this chat. Eric, what's going on, man? Oh shit, hey, Nick with the first super chat of the night, man. Shout out to my guy Nick Tri-State, man. Big love. Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate that super chat, Nick. He said, "Yes, sir." Shout out to Nick for that 5 beam, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. And anybody that want to donate to the channel, man, if you want to donate to the channel, get in that super chat, get in the Cash App. Hold on, let me put the ticker at the bottom, man. I'm tripping. The ticker at the bottom is going to show you guys my Cash App is Uncle Quan 21. If you want to donate to the Cash App or if you want to send super chats, man, everything is welcome. You got 50 cents, $1, it don't even matter, man. Everything is appreciated, of course. So anything y'all donate, it go right back to y'all, man. So I definitely appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Right back at you, Miss Candy Girl. Right back at you. Yes, sir. Facts. I appreciate that $5 dono. Ra, what's going on, man? What's going on, Ra? He said, "Where's K2? Shit, I don't know. You asking the wrong person, bro. I don't keep up with people's daily lives. Not even the people I'm closest with, except for my girl. That's it. I can't even tell you what my pops or my mom's doing. I don't know what the fuck they doing. Hell, people be asking me about Doug too. I mean, I don't know what Doug doing. Y'all ask him. Shit. But hey, shout out to my brother Doug, man. He is in the chat. He is in the chat. Speaking of, he said, yeah, we about to get into it, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that share and hit the like button, man. Yes, sir. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let me pull up this article. Let me pull up this article with y'all. This shit here, man. So, chat, I was getting ready for work, and let me make sure y'all can see my screen. The fuck, that's ugly. Hold on, let me figure out a format for this. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Let me move this ticker because I'm like kind of getting blocked. All right. Hold on. I don't know if I like that neither. But then this shit is too small. Like y'all can't see that shit. Hold on. Hold on. We having some technical difficulties. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna just keep it right here. Fuck it. Fuck it. I ain't even gonna overthink it. All right. So chat, I was on my way to work, man. I was getting ready for work at least. And I was strolling on Facebook, man. Shout out to Big Cat at the Panthers Uncensored. I strolled to his post and he posted the article and I looked at it and I was like, ain't no way, bro. They trolling, ain't they? They trolling, right? I clicked on the article and I read the shit, bro. And like the more I read, the more I got pissed off. Antonio, I see you, man. What's going on? Appreciate you pulling up to the stream, man. So the more I started reading it, man, the more I got pissed off. The header, of course, Dave Canales, head coach for the Panthers, Bryce Young, is not going to take the vocal role. Let's read on. Let's actually read this shit. So Carolina Panthers quarterback Bryce Young certainly isn't the most boisterous personality in the NFL, meaning like energetic, you know what I'm saying, hype and shit like that. In fact, the boisterous may be the last word one may use to describe the 22-year-old quarterback. So y'all know, Bryce Young, he all laid back, he real cool, you know what I'm saying? He's got the same facial expression the whole time. So I get that. You know what I'm saying? He's not the most energetic person on the field. You don't really see a lot of that unless, you know what I'm saying, a big play happen. But that doesn't mean we can't also describe him as a leader. CBS Sports lead NFL insider Jonathan Jones recently took a trip to his old stomping grounds in Charlotte to get the lowdown on a new relationship between Bryce Young and first-year head coach Dave Canales. Canales spoke to Jones about Young's calm demeanor, or whatever, one that may appear to be too calm for some. Okay, now here's where shit gets spicy. Bryce Young is very much comfortable with being a leader, Dave Canales said. But he also understands that there's a level of respect gained by working and performing to the highest level of your standards. Okay, I agree with that. He was not satisfied with his performance last year. You shouldn't be satisfied. Okay. He knows he's got work to do. Absolutely. We all got work to do in the Carolinas, man. We definitely got work to do, especially QB1. So he's not going to try to take the vocal role because that's not what he does. Chat. Chat. Not what he does. Brother, Brother, what kind of shit is that, man? What kind of shit, bro? Okay, let's be real. Let's be real about this shit, man. We gave up the house for Bryce Young, right? We got the first overall pick. We gave up our star receiver, gave up a couple picks. All right, cool. We needed a quarterback. We desperately needed a quarterback in this draft. Rightfully so. I mean, they did what they had to do to get the first pick. I know a lot of people not satisfied with what they had to do, but it is what it is. So you might as well make the best out of that pick, right? First overall pick. Anything you want. Okay, chat, y'all help me out with this. What are some quality traits that you want from your quarterback? Y'all let me know in the chat. I want to hear from y'all. What are some quality traits that y'all want from your quarterback? It don't matter what team you got. Like, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you got a team and you want to, you want to get the best quarterback possible. What kind of traits do you want your quarterback to have? Y'all let me know, chat. I'll wait. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I appreciate that, Antonio. Yes, sir. Hit that like button. Doug said he wasn't a vocal leader at Bama. Well, it's the pros, my brother. It's the pros. I feel like you have to be a vocal leader. You have to be. You're the quarterback. You are. You have been given the keys to the city. You are supposedly supposed to be the franchise quarterback for years to come. For years to come. That shit can fly with college kids. You know what I'm saying? These 19, 20-year-olds. I'm talking about grown-ass men. Grown-ass men. How are you going to get grown-ass men to follow behind you if you are not being vocal? We already have a quarterback that's on the shorter side versus the, the prototypical quarterback. He's 5'10". All right. That shit don't really bother me. But at the same time, you got to make up for that shit. You know what I mean? If you're going to be the smaller quarterback, you got to have a big aura. You do. You got to have some aura to you, especially when you coming in a fucking room with grown men and you expecting them to believe in you and follow your lead. But you sitting here quiet in the background, not a vocal leader. How does that work out for a national football team? I'm confused, man. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he was voted as captain, right? He got that C on his chest pretty early in his career. He was a rookie with the captain on his chest. But I've always wondered in the back of my head, I'm not even going to hold y'all. Y'all even heard me on some of the videos talk about it. Like, what kind of quarterback is Bryce Young, though? Like, besides what we see. So what kind of guy is he in the huddle? What kind of guy is he in the locker room? Does he motivate his guys around him? You know what I'm saying? Does he elevate his team that's around him? Does he? When somebody run the wrong route, is he gonna get on them about it, or is he gonna let that shit slide? This article kind of let me know everything I needed to know about those questions. Because if you're not gonna be a vocal leader, what are you here for? So that's kind of telling me that you are looking for other people to guide and lead the team. When you are the quarterback, you're supposed to be the focal point of our team. You are supposed to lead us. You're supposed to lead. How are you going to lead if you are quiet? How? I don't know about y'all, chat. Look, I don't know about y'all. If I'm a wide receiver or a running back or hell, any position on the offense, offensive line, it don't fucking matter. Tight end, whatever. I'm looking for my quarterback to fire us up. Every game, I'm looking at my quarterback like, all right, is my quarterback good? Because if my quarterback turn, I'm turned. The whole team is gonna rally around that shit. You know what I mean? Like, we need a quarterback that's gonna speak the fuck up. When we need you the most, we need you to speak up. Before the game, we need you to turn us the fuck up, man. Like, what are we doing? What you mean not a vocal leader? Isn't that what quarterbacks do? You have to do that. How are you expecting to lead a team? How are you expecting to, get play calls off? Let your guys know what routes to run. Let them know when to get in and out of their breaks. Hell, if I'm a running back, right? And I come out there, and we just having a bad stretch of offensive series. Let's say I fumble the fucking ball or something. And we all just lose our morale. Who we gonna look to? If we don't have a vocal leader in our quarterback, who are we supposed to turn to? No wonder we went 2-15 last year. You know what? Let me slow down right down because I still to this day I firmly don't believe it was all on Bryce. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, bro. Bryce is not out of the woods with that shit too. Bryce had some horrible play. He did. Let's be real about it. His footwork was fucking atrocious. I study quarterbacks. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a quarterback expert. I'm not. But I know a little thing or two about quarterback footwork, and that shit was atrocious. We know Bryce Young can't really stretch the field, at least as of last year. He didn't stretch the field with his arm. Even when we had guys open deep, he overthrew him or underthrew him. So defenses didn't really respect the arm talent of Bryce Young. So there's another thing that we had to worry about. Okay, Bryce don't have the arm strength to really threaten an NFL defense. Okay, we can kind of get past that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we can work on that. We can work on that with better weapons. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, yada yada. But then I see this, and it's like, okay, so you got to work on footwork. You got to work on being a vocal leader. I thought that was something that came with the number one overall pick. If you're the number one overall fucking pick, that must mean you got all the quality traits coming from a quarterback, right? At least that's what I would do if I'm picking a quarterback. And Chad, y'all know on this channel, bro, I want a CJ. I want a CJ Stroud. And I'm not trying to compare Bryce and CJ Stroud, but I'm just giving y'all an example of what a full number one overall quarterback is worth. CJ Stroud, vocal leader, check. Arm talent, check. Footwork, check. Like, this shit is a big red flag, chat. I'm not even gonna hold you. And like, you got these rookies coming in here. You got plenty of rookie talent coming in here, learning behind a quarterback who finally got some NFL experience. Okay, we can say you got 16 games on his belt. If I'm a rookie coming in this bitch, you're my quarterback. I need you to help me out and, you know what I'm saying, guide me through my rookie's experience. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I can lean on other veterans, but typically you want to look at your quarterback, who is the face of your franchise and the leader of your entire offense, to be that vocal leader. I don't know about y'all, but I would love to play for a quarterback that's getting turned every fucking game. Think about Drew Brees. Drew Brees, every game, he's in the middle of that circle, turning everybody up, doing a little chant. Boom, boom, boom. I hated it, but you know what I'm saying? That's what Drew Brees was about. He was a vocal leader. Guys like Tom Brady. Tom Brady, I know people say he a brat, whatever, but that motherfucker was passionate. He was. Let's talk about our own guy, Cam Newton. Cam Newton was big at the mouth. He was a vocal leader, though. He was vocal. Why do you think we had so much success with Cam Newton? People rallied around him. When you got a vocal leader that got aura to him, he got confidence. Why wouldn't you want to rally around a guy like that? But now you got thinking about it now, you got a short quarterback. He's already shorter than any prototypical quarterback in the NFL. He's already shorter. Okay, whatever. But you quiet too? So what do you bring? What do you bring to our team? We don't know right now. We just don't know. Yeah, you were good in college. Yes. I believe you can, you know what I'm saying, get better? Absolutely. But not being a vocal leader, bro, that is a major red flag, bro. I don't know how you expect to have longevity in the NFL and lead a group of grown-ass men if you can't speak the fuck up. Like, what do you mean, bro? You're not a vocal leader. This, boy, when I was reading this, boy, this shit had me going down the whole loophole. I was reflecting on everything. I was like, damn, bro, like, I don't want to give up on the dude, man. I'm definitely not going to do that because I still got a whole list of people that I got to, you know what I'm saying, I got to hit up if Bryce do turn out to be good. But at the same time, bro, I'm side-eyeing, bro. I am. But that's just me. That's not just about Bryce Young. This go for any player whatsoever. It don't matter how much I like you. I'm going to still hold you accountable. I'm still going to get on your ass if I see something, you know what I'm saying, if I see red flags. I'm going to get on your ass. That's me as a fan. Me as a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, chat. Am I overreacting? I don't know, man. Y'all let me know. I'm going to drop the link, man. If y'all want to pull up, cool, man. Y'all can pull up. We can talk about this shit, man. But if not, I'm going to get the fuck off this shit, man. I'm going to go play some FIFA instead of wasting my time talking about this garbage ass fucking circus of a team, bro. I'm just sick of every time, bro. Like, the Panthers, bro. Like, I'm so tired of being a laughingstock of the NFL. I'm tired of it, fam. I'm so tired of it, bro. And like, imagine other people seeing this, especially the Bryce haters, bro. Like, people who really don't fuck with Bryce. Oh my God, I bet they having a field day with this shit. This is embarrassing. I'm not even gonna hold y'all, man. Like, Bryce supporters, we taking the L for this one. We are. Let's be real. We taking the L for this one. This shit is crazy. Like, what you mean you're not a vocal leader? I don't know, man. Let me read some of these comments, man. I'm gonna drop the link. If y'all want to pull up, man, pull up on your boy. But I will let y'all know ahead of time when y'all pull up. This shit is real janky, by the way. I got a mic, but when y'all pull up, in order for me to hear y'all from my computer, I gotta unplug the mic. So y'all gonna hear me sound real fucked up. It's gonna sound like I'm in a who was that the other day? It says I sound like I was in a nuke bomb shelter or some shit. So my mic is gonna be unplugged. I'm gonna sound like I'm just in a empty room or some shit. So y'all forgive me, but I will drop the link. Give me a second and let me catch up with these comments, man. Let me know, chat. Am I overreacting, man? I don't think so. I truly don't, man, because you want your franchise quarterback to be a vocal leader. At least I do. I don't know about y'all, man. I don't know what type of shit y'all got going on with y'all, but I want my quarterback to be that guy. Especially if we picked him up first overall, bro. Link in the chat, man. Y'all can pull up on your boy, man. Let's talk about this shit. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can hear first. My brother Doug is the first one to pull up, man. What's going on, brother Doug? Let me see if
You
I can.
already knew I was gonna. You know I was gonna pull up.
I can
You can't
definitely
hear
hear you, man.
You
Hell
can.
yeah, I can hear you,
All right.
man. What's
So
going on, my
Quan,
brother? Let me know something, man. Am I overreacting with
you
this
already
shit?
know. Look, Quan I almost called him out his name this morning when he texted me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it was almost like he had a secret, and I'm like, you most of the time you let me know, and then he was like, dot dot dot. I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay, I already knew which alley he was gonna go down right now. I'm gonna start off with this. Candy Girl really pointing out the point that I was making. Yes, Cam Newton was a leader. But do you remember that he said he got his leadership skills and who was the vocal leader of the office? Do you know who he said that was? It wasn't him.
You talking about Khalil or Gross
Yes,
or
it was
Smith?
it was Ryan Khalil. He
Ryan
came
Khalil?
out,
Okay.
your quarterback that you just gave example, came out and said, I am the juice, the energy of the offense, but I am not the leader of the offense. That comes from Ryan Khalil.
Okay.
So you making this point about Bryce not being a vocal leader, you can still be a vocal leader. Or no, you can still be a leader and not have to be vocal. I agree with Candy Girl. Bryce doesn't have the energy or the spectrum that Cam had as energy for the offense. We have not seen that so far.
Yeah.
But as a
Yeah.
leader, he is that. Devontae Smith has came out and said it. CJ Stroud himself has said it. Like I said, we're going to talk about players. Let's not talk about analysts. Let's talk about players that actually played against Bryce, went against Bryce, and know Bryce. I'm totally in agreement of why would Dave Canales come out and say this. One thing that Dave Canales says, he's very
Yeah.
blunt and honest. Sometimes it's a
Very,
bad for
very.
him. Sometimes it's almost talking too much because he's so honest. So for me, whenever I kind of was dissecting what you told me behind the scenes, um, it kind of it doesn't bother me. Reason why it doesn't bother me, because when you have an Adam Thielen, you have a Tommy Tremble, you have a Taylor Moton that says they see a different energy that we haven't been able to see so far going into the season. We'll see that here in 4 weeks. 4 weeks when training camp starts, 4 to 5 weeks. Everything that we're hearing, we have to see it. We have not been able to see it. I honestly do think we will see a different Bryce Young going into year 2. And for me,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Doug.
No, I'm just saying, a vocal leader can be a bad thing as well. We know how much Cam talks sometimes, and sometimes it got him what? It got him targeted.
Yeah.
Prime
Yeah.
example, the Tennessee Titans. Another was the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, I understand people are saying that's a bad example, but sometimes a leader can be a quiet assassin. And that's what I call Bryce. If I'm not mistaken, Quan, you did a video on calling Bryce Young the quiet assassin last year, right? Did you not?
Nah.
You never called Bryce Young the quiet
No, I
assassin.
never said he was a quiet assassin. Never.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. Reason why I know that. That's the reason why, because I'm gonna
Please
pull it up.
do. Please do.
Okay. All right. But no, like I said, for me, it don't bother me. It don't bother me at
Okay.
all. Me personally, it does not.
Okay, man. I don't know. For me, I it definitely bothers me, man. Like I said, it's red flags. And then, like, as I'm reading the article, it pointed out the fact, like, right before it said that, and you write about Dave Canales. I like Dave Canales. I like his philosophy. But at times he can be a little bit like you talking too much, bro. Like, all right, now, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we didn't need to know this. We didn't need to know this, bro, because now I'm looking at Bryce different. But as I'm reading the article, it's telling me Bryce Young. Hold on, let me pull it back up. It said he knows he has work to do. He was not satisfied with his performance last year. So for a guy that's coming in, new guys, whether it's free agency or rookie, whatever, if you're coming in, and I know for a fact that Bryce Young had a bad season last year, would I
Mm-hmm.
not want to see at least some type of confidence coming from him? Because if you're quiet and I can't really read your aura, I'm just thinking naturally, like, damn, bro, he just soaking in this shit, or like, why are you so quiet? Why are you not turned up from last year? Why are you not motivated? If anything, you should be taking strides to be even more of a vocal leader. You know what I'm saying? Because you should make sure motherfuckers doing their part and not going back into this loophole that we went into last year. Brandon Ward, I see you in the backstage, man. What's going on, my brother?
Yo, what's going on? How y'all doing today?
What's going on, Brandon?
Blessed, man. Blessed to see another day, man.
Hey man, Quan, I ain't gonna say that you coming off like wrong, because honestly, if you see some type of reports, especially about your team, your quarterback, yeah, that's like basically your number one position on the team that you mainly concerned about in order for everything to work. And you hear that he's not really putting out there on a vocal type quality to get to his guys. It kind of concerns you. But on the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
hand, there's also other ways to show leadership. You can see
Okay.
also, like in the beginning, like a OTAs, he kind of was talking to them like there's no reason to be complacent when he's saying things like that. Like that shows like little signs of leadership to me, or being vocal to me. Not all the time does he have to, I'm getting on somebody, behind, like, hey, you didn't do this right, or you didn't get on this right. Even just like through his play, that shows leadership. So sometimes maybe you want to give those type of responsibilities to somebody else or another captain.
So real quick, just going off of that. So do you okay? You're okay with, you know what I'm saying, you leading in other ways. Okay, I get that. But there is a lot of questions, especially amongst the haters, you know what I'm saying, the guys who just don't believe in Bryce Young. There is a lot of questions about his ability to be able to elevate guys around him. Do you think you can actually have a successful franchise and actually elevate guys around you if you're being quiet? Do you think his play can make up enough for his lack of vocal ability?
So Quan, can I ask you this?
Go ahead.
Do you really, really deep down, you're a coach? Do you really think Bryce Young is quiet? And I really need you to be honest, because you went to a couple of games with me and we seen Bryce. So
Yeah.
honestly, I heard what Dave Canales said, but do you really think Bryce is quiet?
To be honest, Doug, yes. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's quiet, but I don't think he's vocal neither. I haven't seen him where he's the only time I'll say this. I did see him get vocal on the sideline when we
Okay.
were losing. He had
Okay.
everybody rallied around him.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Okay.
But that was the only time I really saw that the whole season. Now, when we're on the field and you know what I'm saying, we're down, or if somebody, you know what I'm saying, fucking up, like, or hell, just forget about fucking up. If somebody make a good play, what
Mm-hmm.
kind of quarterback is Bryce? I don't know. I don't know what kind of quarterback he is when he's getting in the huddle. Like, that's why I wanted a mic'd up video this year, man. Maybe we'll get it this year, but I really don't know, Doug. Like, for the most part, I do think he is a little bit too quiet, man, especially for a quarterback. Now, I can understand, a running back, like guys like Schuba Hubbard. He's a little bit more on the quiet side. I'm okay with that. But you're not the leader of our offense. The quarterback is. So I don't know. Bryce Young, to me, is he's not really showing me the fact that he can lead a team, at least the pros yet, because obviously last year didn't go our way. I mean, I'm not blaming that on Bryce. Obviously, we had a shit show of an organization all around. But at the same time, I would like to see those signs of Bryce Young at least elevating somebody else's play. Like, I want to see Bryce Young, you know what I'm saying, clapping, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, pointing these guys out like, hey, you good shit, you know what I'm saying, or hey, you need to do better with this, or get in the huddle, you know what I'm saying. dapping this offensive line up. Like I really need to see more of that type shit. You know what I mean?
So Brandon, did you need to make a point before I give another point to Quan?
Nah, go ahead, Doug.
So I'm gonna give you this. Like I said, you coach. You know, I was a GA. Why will
Yeah.
I give my offensive line any credit when they allowed an offensive lineman to put me on my ass against Minnesota, and I'm looking like y'all not gonna sit here and defend me? I'm gonna keep giving you an examples. That's number one. Like you said, me and you talked. You said, how can any offensive lineman allow to their quarterback to still get hit like that and not say anything?
Yeah.
Hey, nobody retaliated. I even think one player hugged. I ain't gonna say literally hugged, but they hugged the opponent after he hit Bryce. Yo, like I said, I mean, we're
But
gonna break it
real
down.
quick, going off of that point though, like, do you think that these guys are just not as bought into Bryce? Because if any team that really fuck with their quarterback, or not even just the quarterback, their teammate, if they see their teammate getting fucked up and the whistle was blown a long time ago, why is everybody not beating that guy's ass, or at least attempting to? You know what I'm saying? So that example kind of backfires a little bit, though.
But you remember it backfired, but didn't we say a lot of blame needs to go to James Campen too? They weren't really getting coached as well. So again, you're getting beat all game long on a blitz. That's just one example. Number two, your head coach didn't want you there. So who can you really believe in the organization when I think I even read what's his name, Quan? Thomas Brown. Thomas Brown had a whole offensive playbook put in before training camp. And then guess what happened? The first week of training camp, Frank Wright implemented his own playbook week one in training camp. And I have that article right now that I read. So that's number two. Like I said, everybody can blame Bryce. Everybody can say this about Bryce. I'm not saying that you are against Bryce, but for me, I think I've seen you in person. I've been with you in person. You're at that point that what I'm gonna call what it is. Fuck games. That's what you're tired of. That's what it is. Like, if y'all know Quan, I'm telling y'all, Quan will go 0 to 100, and then he'll come back, and then he'll be like, "Doug, I was tripping."
Yeah,
I don't get mad at him, because at the end of the day, you have to understand the person, and that's passion. That's the word passion that comes into it, and that's why I think a lot of Panther fans want Bryce to show is passion. It's almost like he's nonchalant. If I do something wrong, he has his head down. It's not like ripping my helmet off, or ripping my straps off, or going to the sideline, grabbing a huddle. We're going to the next drive. We're going to the next series. That might not just be his MO. But at the end of the day, if that's not your MO, you have to translate that to wins, which he was not able to do.
Yeah.
So that's where, going into year two, Quan was on the video. Quan has done his own video. All eyes on Bryce Young. Almost every Panther content creator has done that, or has put a video out about either a series about Bryce Young, a video about Bryce Young, saying how much pressure is on him. And I think he understands how much pressure is actually on him. Brandon, come back, man. If you got time, man, definitely come back.
Yeah, pull back up, Brandon.
I really think it's a matter of fool me once, now it's fool me twice. Because if it happens year two, then we have a serious problem. But
that's where I'm at with it, Doug.
And
I don't mean to cut you
what I'm
off.
saying.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah.
I definitely know you, and I know that's where it's coming from. I know that's where it's coming from.
Facts. So, and that's my thing. Like, we're going into year two, and again, like, just based off of last year, I need to see more. Like Candy Girl said in the chat, you can see it all in his body language. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it can definitely be misunderstood. I mean, some people can see it just as calm and collected. Some people can see it as like, bro, you just don't give a fuck enough for me, and I'm not fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? And you mentioned earlier the coaches and stuff and how bad of a job they did, which is absolutely true, bro. James Campen, he was terrible as an offensive line coach, man. He was absolutely garbage. I mean, hell, he was a snitch of the organization. Articles came out that he was out here snitching behind our back and going to David Tepper. But the coaches are not necessarily going to coach you up to rally around a guy. As a player, especially as a quarterback, you got to have the responsibility of, you know what I'm saying, taking a team and leading them. And hell, even with you bringing up that example, that's even another red flag. Now that I'm looking back at it, why didn't nobody protect Bryce? That shit, bro. And I'm not just putting it all on Bryce with this one. Yeah, the offensive line just they were weak. You know what I'm saying? They were weak. They didn't really have confidence or nothing. Like, but at the same time, it don't matter what level of play you come with. If you are at any level of football and you really fuck with your teammates, if y'all have some type of chemistry behind the scenes or whatever, somebody, at least one of the offensive linemen is gonna go up and at least attempt or argue or something. And we didn't get none of that. So
Only
that
word
got
of
me questioning now. That got me questioning now. Do these guys really rally around Bryce Young? Do
I,
do they?
I would say this, and I know people are going to say they were kind of forced, but every offensive piece that we brought in had to answer a question about Bryce. And I hate that because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was almost a push narrative. What do you think about Bryce? They asked Robert Hunt, they asked Damian Lewis, they asked
yeah,
Deontay Johnson, they asked Xavier Leggett, they asked Jonathan Brooks, and they even asked Sanders. Every person they asked, how do they feel about Bryce? Or how do you feel about playing with Bryce? I think for me, it was kind of again, it was a push narrative. Oh, I gotta answer the question correctly about Bryce, or it's gonna look like I have a bad limelight, or I don't like our quarterback, and it shouldn't be that way. But again, one thing that you do not have to worry about, we have an offensive line that are dogs. That's one thing I'm glad Dan Morgan emphasized that he wanted. And we look at the part two of the blueprint. They were headhunting Robert Hunt. I would almost say it was tampering in a funny way. In a funny way, it was tampering. When they sat there and had that meeting, everybody in the room, whose name did they drop? Robert Hunt. That's the number one player that they wanted, regardless if it was a wide receiver out there, a number one running back. The number one player that they wanted on their board was Robert Hunt. When you bring in dogs that have that edge to them, you don't got to worry about Bryce having to worry about something like Minnesota happening again. You don't have to worry about that. And I honestly feel like it could have been more of a soft. We had soft offensive linemen. I'm not afraid to say it. Um, it's just a matter of looking at a different team. And again, that's why I said I do blame Scott Fitter. Scott Fitter really put this team together with his eyes closed and he just pointed, I want this player, I want this player, I want this player. Not
yeah,
having a
man.
scheme, not having anything aligned, not having even a history with the coach. So I understand exactly how everybody feels about Bryce. But again, until we see a year two going into it, it is what it is. What's up, Steve?
What's going on, Stevie the Bull, man? Appreciate you pulling up to the stream. How you feeling about this, man? Bryce Young not being a vocal leader. How you feeling about it? Let me know your thoughts, man.
Yeah, I feel like I expect it. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Okay.
like you can't be too vocal if your play ain't up to par. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
So
point.
it's like, I played on the team before. I wish the person on the team who's thinking it up trying to tell me what to do, like, or telling me I need to step up. Like, it's like, nigga, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, you out of
Yeah.
everybody talking. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I do feel like he got them leadership qualities because I done seen him on the sideline like clapping it up, telling everybody, all right, we're gonna be straight next drive, next drive, next
Okay.
drive. But is he that bona fide leader of the team? No, only because his play ain't where it need to be. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like once his play get where it need to be, then he'd probably be that leader. Do it sucks? I
Okay.
agree. I agree with you though. Like it sucked. Like you know what I'm saying, nigga. This our quarterback. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like at, at least do something. You ain't did nothing else. You know what I'm saying. At least do something. You feel me? So
Facts.
I feel you on that one. So it's just a weight game, and it's just crazy. Like I was just listening to bro just said how Ryan Khalil was the leader of the offense back when Cam was here, or whatever, which makes sense because the leader of the offense 9 times out of 10, the only thing different between Bryce and these other like big quarterbacks or whatever, they either got somebody like Cam did to call out the blitzes, you know what I'm saying, against whatever was, you know what I'm saying. So all Cam had to do was just go back there and play quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Bryce went out there last year trying to do the shit himself, and you know what I'm saying, it ain't work out. So it's just like we need somebody who on that offensive line or maybe, and I think even sometimes he said Olsen did sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And we
Facts.
don't we
Facts,
don't we
Steve.
don't got that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when we
so
get somebody who can be that leader on the field, you know what I'm saying? But that got it, but that was put in Bryce's hands last year. But he was
yeah,
a rookie, so it was just like it's a learning curve. I feel
yeah,
like next year he get better at it. He get better at it. I don't even think they would give Cam Newton a chance to even do that. You know what I'm saying?
You have it this year.
yeah.
Eh,
Yeah,
Quan, did you have a point?
Yeah, so just going off of what you're saying, man. So basically you're relying on his play to let him develop into that vocal type of leader. So okay,
yeah,
I got you. You saying like, look, I'm not gonna listen to somebody who was thinking it up last year.
yeah,
But you know what I'm saying? I can kind of go another way with that too. Like at the same time, I do want to see my guys be a little bit more motivated. You know what I'm saying? And that can be shown with the type of confidence or with the type of aura, you know what I'm saying, with being vocal. Like I'm not expecting him to be out there telling niggas what to do. Like, hey, motherfucker, if you don't run this route, you need to go get the fuck on. Like, nah, not that type. But like at the same time, you want to see that guy that's out there, you know, like the Russell Wilsons. Like Russell Wilson, every damn play, as much as it may be annoying to anybody, you know, saying the average person. Let me pull you back up. As much as it might be annoying to the average person, man, these guys hearing that every day, constantly. When you hearing affirmations all the time, and you hearing guys motivate you all the time, that's just the type of person that you have. People are not going to hesitate to go to that guy as a leader. They're gonna say shit like, okay, yeah, he's definitely a leader. So I don't know. I mean, going into year two, you are right about that as well, Stevie, man. It was put all on his shoulders last year. Like last year, David
yeah,
Tepper told us, "Hey, this we got a point guard, so we don't
Yep.
need to spend
Facts.
much money on wide receivers." So he was expecting Bryce to be that leader right away. And again, Bryce Young is in a whole new system, learning a whole new level of the game. So yeah, I mean, as of last year, you know, what I'm saying, being a vocal leader, I'm not even gonna put that pressure on a rookie quarterback. But you know, going into year two, it's just for me personally, I just would like to. This article fucked me up. I'm not even gonna hold you, but I would like to see a little bit more of that. You know, what I'm saying, you taking on that leadership role. Like, all right,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got the
Me too. Me
experience
too.
now, right? So I got the experience now. So let me actually step up and let's not go back in that direction that we went last year. I've been there, done that. So what do I need to do to help our team around us to be better? Like, yes, I don't mind, you know, saying our center being the leader of the offense or whatever, but you know, saying at the same time, your quarterback is the one that has to call these plays. Your quarterback is the one that has to, you know, saying kind of guide everybody and let them know where to be on the field. Your quarterback has to send people in motion. So you got to have a quarterback that can get his voice out there and also be that guy that people can lean on, especially when you got, you know, saying situations where you're down in the game. You want to be able to rely on your quarterback. You want to be confident in your quarterback to have that ability and to actually rally your team up. And yeah, we did see those examples last year, man. We did see him on the sideline clapping people on and stuff. But again, with Dave Canales being the actual head coach, him being very close with Bryce Young, and he's telling us he's not going to take on that vocal leadership role, it is concerning, bro. It's a big red flag to me, man. So I just
Quan, can
don't
I
know.
say
Mm.
my
Go
bad?
ahead, Doug. Go ahead, man.
Now
I'm done.
read that question, then I can I remember my thought. Go ahead if you want to read the question.
Okay, bet. He's Brusky Bear. Shout out to Brusky Bear, man. He said, Quan, do you think Caleb Williams will be a non-vocal leader? He's a rookie and has to earn his stripes, but no way he's a non-vocal leader. To be real with you, I don't know. I don't really know much about Caleb Williams. I don't really watch much of him to know like the type of
He
aura
was a diva.
he
He
has.
was a
You know what
diva.
I'm saying?
He's a diva type
I
quarterback.
do know that though. He is a diva. So I don't know. I feel like he'll be a little bit more vocal in the sense of complaining. Like if he's not playing well or if somebody else not playing well, I can see him like pouting and shit. But as far as him rallying the team around him, I'm not sure about that yet. I mean, he's got a bunch of veterans on his team to where he don't have to be just yet, especially as a rookie. Just like I was talking about with Bryce Young, he doesn't have to take on that role as a rookie. As a rookie, he didn't have to take on that role. But yeah, I'm not. I don't know, man. I don't know too much about Caleb Williams. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna make
Go
this
ahead,
point.
Doug.
You just made a good point going into the point that I'm gonna make.
Okay.
What happens when there's no alignment? And I'm gonna use the words that Dave Canales and Dan Morgan are using going into year 2 and underneath their reign. When you have no alignment, what happens? There's
Fall off,
confusion.
man.
It falls off. Shit runs downhill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it, when your owner, GM, and head coach are not all on the same page, that's already confusion for a young man coming into an organization supposed to be the
Right.
face of
That's a good
organization.
point. That is a good point, man.
Yeah.
Then number 2, when you look at it, when you have when you have the head coach, which is supposed to be really, he was the offensive coordinator. Then you have your quarterbacks coach. Then you have your running backs coach. They all wanted CJ Stroud. But then your actual offensive coordinator is Thomas Brown, who wanted you to be drafted. And then the playbook gets switched around going into training camp and going to the season. How can you really, as a mental game, how can you really trust that? And as you being a coach, Quan, y'all, I mean, I've called you, say, Doug, we watching film. We're doing X, Y, and Z. If y'all are watching film and putting the game plan together, and then on Sunday, well, y'all play Saturdays. On Saturday, when y'all got the kids there, everything that y'all went over on film and practice, something new was thrown at you.
So you asking me how would I go about that?
No, I'm no. That's what was really going on. That's what Adam Thielen just did an interview last week. He was saying, Bryce, people don't really know behind the scenes, and that's one thing.
Yeah.
I hate as Panther content creators, because I don't know if another team or players are doing the same thing that we're doing. It's almost telling dirty laundry behind the scenes after a coach has been gone. But one thing that you and I both said when we saw the New Orleans Saints game at home, Frank Wright was stubborn. I went on a rant after the game, and I said, Quan, this is not good. I said, I see it in week 2. This man is stubborn. This man is my
Calling
way
the
or
same
no way.
plays. Calling the same plays.
Yeah.
Look,
Vanilla.
I was
Vanilla
at that
as hell.
Saints game too, bro.
Steve,
I was at that Saints game
I
too.
really wish y'all could. And the crazy thing about it, Quan's mom was in the car with us, and I know she like, boy, Doug is man. I was just going off. I was just losing it because it's like,
She used to that shit, man. She is used to
man,
it.
when I say I
that
was
shit normal in
losing
the
it,
household.
I was losing it because
We
that
could
was
have
week
won
2.
that bitch.
We should have won that
You
game. You're
should have.
correct,
Yeah.
Steve.
Facts.
But again, that's week 2. I didn't see Quan again till was it week 8 when we played the Texans, or was
Texans.
it
Yeah.
week 9? So in between that
Yeah,
time, it was a
yeah.
dumpster fire. It was a dumpster fire. And we walking down, we laughing like, hey, if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that was Thomas Brown's second game calling plays. You can see a difference, or first time or second time. My apologies if I got it wrong. But the point that I'm making is with Quan's point about Bryce. When your coaches don't fully trust you, and Steve made this point, and I'm sucking it up. I'm not. I know Quan gonna say pause. I ain't gonna say that. But
I
whenever
went in. I ain't in. Yeah. I
whenever
went
you
in on
went
it.
in the bed as a player, he even came out with his first interview and said last year was last year. I know what I did wrong. For him to take ownership, that's a leader. A leader takes ownership whenever they do wrong. He could have said, oh, the coach didn't want me here. We didn't have the weapons, everything. He basically said, I know what happened last year. Last year is last year. Then he went into what we have this year. He pointed out we have the weapons. There's no more excuses. Quan didn't have to say it. Steve didn't have to say it, nor did I have to say it. He alluded to everything that they did for him. There's no more excuses going into year 2 for me. So for me, there's traits that he shows.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's not going to be the Cam Newton. And that's one thing that I think any quarterback, even if we had CJ Stroud, would be hard because everybody's going to compare what Cam Newton did as a quarterback for this organization coming in. So it didn't matter because I don't even think CJ Stroud would be on that level as
There's
Cam.
no
Cam was
way.
a generational talent.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way
Cam was a
the way that
generational
team was set
talent.
up
And
last year.
man, thanks, Steve.
Facts.
For you to come on here and say that Quan and I go on different platforms, we debated people saying that. People said, "Oh, CJ Stroud would have took Carolina to the playoffs." No, the
Yeah,
hell he
nah.
would not.
Not this team.
There's no way.
Hell no.
And I'm telling you,
Nah.
we went to several games. Quan went to, I think we basically went to the same amount of games, but we went to two together. There's no way. From what we saw, there's no way. Like I said, Cam was a savior that was able to do it by himself. And again, year two, Bryce has everything on his shoulders. And when I say it's even more pressure on the young man because of everything that they did, and then with them bringing in a very new coach again, if he falters and falls at the wayside, then I will say again, like I said, I'll come out and say I was wrong about Bryce. But everything that I'm hearing, I need to see it for myself. So
Facts. Facts. So, what's your thoughts on that, Stevie? I'm gonna let you go ahead and go.
Yeah, my bad. No, my phone was breaking up. I ain't hear the last part.
Are you good?
My phone was breaking up. Yeah,
are you good? You good, man.
He said he
but
said he
yeah,
ain't hear the last part. You said, Doug.
I agree
Oh,
though.
oh, the last part I was
I
just
agree for
basically
the most part.
saying.
Yeah, I ain't hear the last part.
Oh, the last part I was just saying like the pressure is more on Bryce's second year than his first year. I mean, with the weapons they brought in,
Yeah,
the new coach supposed to be a quarterback whisperer. His body looks more like an NFL body going into year two. I just think if everybody in Panther Nation thought pressure was a thing in year one, wait till year two kicks off. That's the point I was basically making.
yeah,
Facts.
yeah. I agree. I think this year is. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be no excuses because you can mislead an excuse being, well, this is what happened, because I'm not trying to make no excuses, but we don't know what the fuck gonna happen next year. So
That
the
is true.
shit can
We
just
don't
Right.
know.
look just as bad as it did last year, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this year it's no excuse for Bryce, you know what I'm saying? Because either way you got to get better, dog, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if
Facts.
he ain't taking no step forward in the right direction, no matter what happened around him, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, I think he gonna be on his way out. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, go back to what you said. Yeah, I agree with you. It's way much pressure, and it became way much more pressure when we got them two guards. When we got them two guards, it became way more pressure. I really wanted a center, so it can't be no excuses now. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted a center in the
Yeah.
draft or whatever, or that boy out of Miami, that free agent. But I don't know if anybody gonna pick him up or not. We ain't got no money like that no more. But the offensive line set for him, so it ain't. He gonna have to show up or show out. He gonna have to.
I agree, man. We're gonna have to see some type of improvement from Bryce Young, which again, just kind of going back to him being a vocal leader. Because you had that experience, because hell, we got rid of the whole staff, and you know what I'm saying, damn near the whole team too, man. You know what I'm saying, he's one of the few guys that still remain on this roster. So okay, so you got again going back to my point earlier, you bringing in free agents, you bringing in rookies and shit like that. So with guys who need to know how, what is the goal around the Carolinas? What is the goal around Carolina Panthers and stuff like that? So Bryce Young knowing that, I don't know. I mean, can guys
I think.
depend on Bryce Young? You know what I mean? Can
I
they
think
can
the
they depend
goal.
on him to be that vocal leader? You said what?
I I think the goal in Carolina right now is to see what we got and build on that. You know what I'm saying? I think
Okay.
that's that. It can't be the go. I mean, I guess you could say to go to the playoffs to try to win the division, but the
Yeah.
realistic goal deep down inside is, all right, let's see what we got. Let's see how we gonna keep on building out this team type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we trying to see what Bryce got. We want to see what Migo got. We want to see what Deontay got. You know what I'm saying? To see who gonna be here for the year after next. You know what I'm saying? Well, the year after this season. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the
Yeah.
defense. I we just gotta see what we got. We gotta see what we got. Because last
Okay. Yeah.
year
So
it
with
was
that
hard
being
to
said,
see.
Oh, go ahead. You
I
said
think
last
because
year it was
last year
hard to what?
it was hard to see because of the front office and the coaching. You know what I'm saying? And it was a trickle down effect. So I think the goal is just
Yeah.
to see what we got.
Yeah, I mean, with that being said, man, yeah, I agree with that, man. This year, I don't have any type of expectations with this season, except for us to at least somewhat improve, man. I just want to see improvement. I'm not expecting us to win the division. I'm not expecting us to win the playoffs or even go to the playoffs. But I need to see some type of improvement, man. And you're right, man. And this is that type of year where we got to see what we got. So you mentioned earlier Bryce kind of taking that backstage, like, okay, well, Bryce just got to put up or shut up. He just got to show it on the field before he can talk about being a vocal leader, leading a group of grown men, right? So let's say Bryce Young, let's say he do start being successful. Let's say we start out the season 3-1. You know what I mean? We start out the season 3-1. Bryce Young is going crazy. He only got one interception in the 4 games, and let's just say he's just going crazy. So at that point, do you think it'll still be as important for him to be a vocal leader or not? Especially moving forward into like the stretch of the season when it's gonna start getting tougher and tougher competition.
Mm.
Go
So
ahead,
I
Steve.
think
I'll go after you.
it's not important for him. He need to focus on his game. That's all he need to worry about. Like Bruh said, like the coach said, focus on your 111. That's it. You don't need to be worried about being the leader right now. Like you need to worry about making sure you're supposed to be in this football league. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I don't think he should be worried about being the leader. He just need to be worried about how he playing, his footwork, shit like that,
Yeah.
catching the blitz, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Getting everybody lined up, getting the play in, shit like that. The shit he supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That leadership shit gonna come when he get good. It's just gonna automatically come. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can't
Okay. I
be
see
a
what you
leader
mean.
before you can perform. Like
Yeah, you got
I
to
don't
have
yeah
something to go off of if you're gonna be
yeah.
telling people. Yeah. Okay. I see what you mean, man. Go ahead, Doug. You had your point.
No, I was just, I mean, we were going, we love Steve pulling up again. I know my brother going to drop the link again. If somebody else want to pull up with us, man, we all about chat engagement and having our community pull up. But for me is um, the vocal leader part, I think people want. But one thing I can say is when you see these off-season videos, I want to say the very first video when they did a workout, the voiceover was Bryce. Bryce broke the huddle down. I mean, I'm literally the very first day they had voluntary workouts. Bryce was there. Bryce broke down the team. He told them, I forgot, and I actually wish I pulled it up and could go verbatim what he said. But the point for me is like Steve said,
You talking about when he
even
was
if
like, "There's no reason to be complacent" and
yeah,
whatnot. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna go back to his Alabama days, and I know Quan said this is not college, it's NFL. But why perpetrate something that you're not? Why be
Mhm.
something that you're not? Even in college, he did quarterback one. Shout out my brother. He the one that told me the week of the draft. I caught up on his whole quarterback one series, and you could tell Bryce wasn't vocal even in high school. It transitioned
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
college. He let his play. He even came out with his own mouth. I let my play do the talking for me. And sometimes it depends on the preference that you want of the player. But I do think he's vocal. He's just not that rah rah guy that Cam was. And I'm gonna keep using Cam because Cam was that rah rah juice, brought the juice. Again, you can still be a leader. I really don't know. And the thing that scares me even more outside of Bryce, and I think I will project that juice leader would be probably Robert Hunt. But out of the offense, who was really your juice leader? Who was really that person, like you just said with Drew Brees, when he does the chant whenever they rallied up, when it's 5 minutes to go, and then they got intros. We don't have that juice leader anymore. We don't have
Yeah.
that Thomas Davis. We don't have that Frankie Louvu. DB is not a vocal leader. And I'm actually glad that just came to my mind talking about that. Derek Brown is not a vocal leader, but what does he do? He lets his
That's
play
true.
speak for itself. And he is now the face of the defense as a D tackle. And I understand, again, quarterbacks receive the most criticism from fan bases because they most of the time
Yeah.
get most of the money and they get all the shine, win or lose. So for me, again, he's a leader, but I like what Quan said with 3-1. Who gives a rat's ass if he's a vocal leader? He's 3-1. Again,
Yeah.
his play is showing for himself that, hey, I don't, y'all can say whatever y'all need to say about me. I'ma still do it.
Yeah, and that's facts, man. Just going off your point though. Now that I think that's why I'm putting so much pressure on Bryce because we don't really have that juice leader on our offense. Like I think that's why I'm like, okay, I'm at this point, I'm just expecting our quarterback to be that guy. You know what I mean? So now I'm just wondering, like, who is going to be the juice leader? Like, because I feel like every team got to have at least that one. You know what I mean? If you look at these high caliber teams, everybody got at least one. You know what I'm saying? You take a look at Kansas City Chiefs, and I mean, I hate for them to be the example, but they are the most successful team in the NFL. Their most juice leader is number 15. Number 15, he's yapping the whole game. You know what I mean? And not just in a negative way, whether he talks shit or not, he's still rallying his guys up. He's still got his guys looking for him to be that vocal leader. You know what I'm saying? And even, you know what I'm saying, going to another example, let's talk about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is also another guy who is more so of a vocal leader. They have a lot of success, you know what I'm saying, with their winning seasons and stuff like that. So
Quan, can I say
I
this
guess
real
that's
quick?
why I put so much expectations on Bryce Young. But now that I'm looking at it and thinking about it with Dave Canales told us in his press conferences, he want his players to be them. He don't want it to change anything about them. So now that I'm thinking about it, he's probably just using Bryce Young and letting him be comfortable in his offense. Like if you're not a vocal leader, I'm not gonna force you to be something you're not. So that's probably what Dave Canales is all about. Like, all right, Bryce, if you're not a vocal leader, just fuck it. Do you? You know what I'm saying? People gonna rally around you if you playing well on the field. So that's kind of where I'm reflecting now, like with Dave Canales. Like, okay, he's not a vocal leader, but he's also a type of coach who's actually gonna play to his players' strengths or lack thereof. So okay, man. I'm starting to see a little bit of a different perspective.
Well, Quan, can I make this point? You said Lamar
Go ahead,
Jackson.
man.
Lamar Jackson
My bad.
grew into a leader. Lamar Jackson wasn't a leader coming out the gate. He was
No, not coming out. No,
he was not a
not even a
vocal
starter.
leader. And that's almost like when you're working, you develop traits with your job, right? You come in and you bring them like your resume. You go for a job. This is what I've done. This is the experience I have. Then once you get into that job, year two to three, you're not the same young man that you came into year one with that job, correct? You develop different traits. So
Yeah,
again, it's about building because one thing Cam wasn't Cam that we love now year one. We saw the gym in him, but we were able to polish that gym and look what Cam was to the day he left. Basically, the face of the Carolina Panthers outside of Julius Peppers. So you develop into a leader. He's already a born leader, but those traits that you want, the vocal, it comes with time. And I think Steve said it as well. You don't. Some people are born vocal leaders, and some are quiet. Like and I'm gonna say this: it wasn't Quan that called him a quiet assassin. It was another Panther content creator that did a whole video saying that Bryce Young was a quiet assassin. It's okay if he's a quiet leader. He doesn't have to always be out on the front. Cam can be out in the front and back it up. And Steve alluded to one of my favorite quotes of Dave Canales: "Be one of 11." And Quan alluded to it. You don't have to be somebody that you're not. If you come in and be who you are for that game, and you're that one of 11, and we win, you did your job. So again, don't impersonate or be somebody that you're not going into something, and then that's even pushing us back even more because you're trying to infiltrate or darn, what's the word? Um, I can't think of the word, but when you're trying to be somebody that you're not, don't do that. And
Yeah.
I think
impersonate,
who
impersonate,
impersonate.
maybe.
That's the word.
Yeah,
I cannot think of the word.
Hmm.
And I actually love Bryce. It's still himself. He shows more confidence in year two because again, he's not a rookie, but he's not showing off a different type of person.
Yeah, I hope he don't get that captain badge this year. I really hope he don't. He just be a guy. Just play. You know what I'm saying? Just be part of the team, man. That's all he got to do. Just get back to just being a football player, bro. That's all he got to do. They just put so much on his shoulders, man. And I think that had something to do with Tepper. I think Tepper wanted that shit to go a type of way. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh yeah.
that shit
Oh
just
yeah.
trickled down to the coaches. Coaches didn't agree with it. All this other shit. Like all he got to do is just like just play his role, bro. That's it. That vocal shit, that shit gonna come in the fourth quarter. All right, bro. I got y'all defense type shit. That shit. That's all it is. Having each other back. It ain't really.
Yeah.
That don't make you really a leader. That just make you a good teammate. And it's like at the end of the day, if he a good teammate, I mean, I don't. Who cares if he's the leader or not? Like that shit, it's a team sport. As long as you a good teammate, you got my back, I got your back. Who? I mean, that leadership just somebody to get a credit to or to shine the light on. You know what I'm saying? But it's just
Yeah.
like they shined that light on him last year. That motherfucker can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that if he don't throw for at least 3,800 yards, I don't know. I do not know.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, man. I ask y'all this. I don't really watch too much of Philly, but do y'all? I mean, could Jalen Hurts be an example of like a quiet leader?
He is.
Yeah, I
You
heard.
know,
Yeah,
you
I
know, I
heard he
seen it.
quiet.
I seen him in person. I went to training camp. He
Facts.
is.
Exactly.
He
Exactly.
is.
Doug, you was out there in person with him,
He
man.
is. He is. Jalen
Okay,
Hurts is
so
Jalen Hurts is a very. I don't want to say that because then it's gonna be like, what do you mean by that? He is. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. He is. He definitely is. And I'll give you an example. Excuse me. When AJ Brown came to him, all rah rah, and they got into it.
Oh
How was
yeah, oh
Jalen
yeah.
doing? Jalen was just like this.
yeah, same face. yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You didn't see his face. You didn't see his demeanor change. You didn't see anything change. He literally sat right there, looked up at his teammate, didn't even stand up to meet the energy. He just stood right there and looked straight up and said, "Okay, okay." So
Facts.
again, I think Steve made the point. You do not have to be a vocal leader to be a leader. I think there are different types of leaders
Yep.
because you can be that vocal leader,
It
you
is.
can be that quiet leader, and you can be that leader that brings the juice. We've been able to have a quarterback again, and I think it's because of the season that we had and the history of quarterbacks that we had. I'll even ask y'all this. What was Jake Delhomme? Jake Delhomme wasn't no vocal leader.
Right.
Jake
I thought
Delhomme,
he was though, man. I thought Jake Delhomme was more vocal than anything.
so he spoke up when he needed to. You don't
Okay.
speak up just to speak up. If you're a leader, you speak 24/7. You got to think about that whole team. You had a Jordan Gross. You had a
Matt
what's
Khalil
his
too,
name?
right? Matt Khalil too.
What's the dude
Khalil
that
was
was
there. Khalil was there.
no, not him. It was the guard from South Carolina. I love him. Start
Trey
with a
Turner.
W.
Trey Turner. Oh no.
Not Turner. No, for a
That was
Delhomme, it was
15.
Oh DeLong. Oh.
it start with a W. Wharton. He was
Oh, I think I
assistant.
know who you're talking about. Number 70 or something like that.
Yes. He was
Yeah.
he was the assistant offensive line coach when Matt Rule was here. Darn, I can't. But what I'm saying is, even in Jake Delhomme's era, he spoke up. But you had a Steve Smith, and then
Right.
you had a
Musa Muhammad.
again, like I said, Jay had aura when need. Again, that's what I'm saying. He had it when it's needed. And again, I've seen Bryce pull the team together when it's needed. I'll give a
I mean,
Tennessee game. Whenever he threw that tablet down and he brought the team together, that's the most passion everybody says they saw out of Bryce in last year. But I say New Orleans, you saw him bring together both New Orleans games. I saw that. And even that game-winning drive, Quan and I were sitting on the edge of the bowl where we basically could see the whole offense. I mean, the whole team. And when I say before that game-winning drive, he had a huddle and they broke the huddle. The one player, and it wasn't even a player. I rarely saw Thomas Brown talking to the offense whenever they broke huddles, the way we were sitting. But for me, again, it comes with time. And I love how I think West Coast Carolina just said Jake Delhomme had that aura when needed.
Mhm.
Yes, Bryce didn't show him whenever we needed it last year. But again, they're saying you see a different confidence level in Bryce. And like Steve said, if I'm not confident in my own self, how can I tell somebody else to play better? And my
That's
play is
true.
not, and my play is not showing as me being a leader.
Yeah.
Leader and play go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
One thing Cam did when Cam had bad games, he was still rah-rah. And sometimes we would tell Cam, shut the hell up.
Right.
So
Because niggas know if Cam was
Yeah.
down, but that nigga was throwing an interception or that bitch was going to be thrown over the head. I already knew what time it is if we was down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's
and
another
two,
thing that make a leader. When that fourth quarter, that's that shit that make you a leader. That's what one thing I do like about Bryce. Our only 2 wins came in the fourth quarter
And yep.
down, bro.
Right.
That's a good
Yep.
sign right there. And then
Yeah.
Green
Yeah.
Bay would have been the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the type of shit that make you a leader, bro. When the game on the line type shit. Now that's when the real leaders, the playmakers. That's when it comes time to make plays like in the fourth quarter. You feel me? But obviously he only did that 2 games. So, but that's a good sign. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to. All right, what we. I'm just looking forward to seeing this offensive line, man. That's what I'm really
Yeah.
hyped about. Fuck the receivers. Fuck everybody else. I want to see this offensive line. I want to see this offensive line.
Facts. Hey, and to
And the
kind of go
running
off
and
your
the
point,
passing.
man. Facts. Run and pass, man. Just to go off your point, yeah, that's. I mean, people talk about, you know what I'm saying, seeing flashes from Bryce Young last year. I always like to use those as examples, man. Kind of being convinced that he does have like a developing clutch gene. Obviously, he had it in Auburn, not Auburn, but Alabama. And
don't
then
you
he
do that.
showed flashes. He showed flashes last year, man, against Atlanta and against Houston. You know what I'm saying? Me and Doug was in the building for that. And then even against Green Bay, he showed those flashes where in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line and you had a chance to win the game, he turned up the most and he actually did have the team rally around him. So, like, again, I'm kind of going back as we talking about this stuff. Y'all bringing us some good points too, by the way, fellas. I appreciate y'all. Y'all bringing us some good points. And as we talking, man, I'm actually reflecting more and more with Bryce Young and like thinking about like those examples of the leadership that he does show. So, shout out to West Coast Carolina in the chat too, man. He said, "It's nothing wrong with being a quiet leader, but you know what I'm saying, we would need to have that aura for others to follow." And I do think, in my opinion, I think Bryce Young does show those again, kind of those flashes of that aura. You know what I mean? Because there is times where Bryce Young, you know what I'm saying, can get a little hype up. Like if he throw a nice little touchdown, or like, you know what I'm saying, there is times where like we just talking about just now, he can rally the team around him on the sideline. Like if we really just fucking up, like, all right, y'all, hey, everybody bring in a huddle, and he's letting everybody know, like, hey, we need to get our shit together. So he definitely has those flashes of those leadership abilities, man. And then again, Stevie brought up a good point. Like, you want to make sure you're focusing on your level of play first before you bringing in that leadership quality as far as being vocal, man. So y'all brought up some really good points tonight, fellas. Y'all definitely
Well,
did y'all thing, man. Go
well, I
ahead,
got
Doug.
another point for you.
Go ahead.
And Steve, you can answer this too. And I hope
Yeah.
All right.
somebody in the chat will answer it. Do you want a quarterback that's even kill, a straight line, even whenever he throws a 70-yard bomb, or we're up 21-0, or you want a quarterback that's sporadic, like a heartbeat? It goes up and down. When we have a good play, I'm up. When I throw an incompletion or I throw an interception or I throw a pass over my wide receiver's head, I go back down. And it's just going up and down, up and down. Or you want that quarterback that's just a straight line, regardless, demeanor doesn't change. Yeah, face may change when, we go a 3 and out or I throw an interception, but he comes out same face, nothing different. And that's what Bryce is. Bryce is
Yeah.
regardless, even if we're down, he never changed. He
Composure,
never
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
composure. And the thing for
Yeah.
me also is he never blamed anybody. He basically fell on the sword even when it was bad coaching, and us fans
Mm-hmm.
knew it. That's a leader as well. He has traits of laying down for his follow man. That's what we call it in that military. Even if it wasn't my fault, I will take the blame because at the end of the day, I could have did a better job.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I take the even kill for sure. That
Because
even
Fact.
really
kill.
and truly, Cam was sporadic.
Oh
Cam was
yeah.
sporadic. We seen Cam
Very.
pout.
If he get frustrated, then it's
He
over for
pouted
him.
so
It's
Put the
over
bad.
towel
for
up.
him. Yeah.
Towel over the head.
Put the towel over
Then
the head.
look, towel over the head,
Yeah, man.
or he'll pull it. I can even go back in my head right now. You know how many times Cam would unstrap and then just throw his helmet on the sideline? Or it'll be nobody can't talk to Cam until he's calmed down so they can
That
hand
is
him a
true. Walking out of press conferences. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
man.
again, we said he was a great leader. He was a vocal leader. With Bryce, even when they asked Bryce last year, his face may look like, I'm tired of this. I'm ready to walk off. He will stay there. He will take the punches. Again, he's a leader, but he's not that vocal leader. And again, like I said, he's a quiet leader that can still become a vocal leader. Lamar Jackson, Quan used Lamar Jackson as just an example of a vocal leader. Lamar was just like Cam. He walked out of press conferences several times, frustrated. But now when you look at it, he's built a rapport with the reporters, and now he understands how the questioning goes with it. And that comes with time. That's where I say in year 2, I already see the difference in growth of how Bryce takes the questions with his, I think, like I said, his very first one. If I'm not mistaken, he's had 3
Oh yeah.
during the offseason. So and I don't want my brother to feel like I was bashing him, but like I said, I knew Quan was upset because it's always something with the Panthers. It's nothing positive. It's always something negative. It's always something that's put out of perspective. Again, that's why I say when football comes, there's no more excuses. We get to see live action, no more third party reporting. Everybody will see it for themselves.
Yeah.
Everybody will see it for themselves. And I'm gonna plug my
It's
brother.
true,
Like
man.
I said, I know a lot of people are going to training camp this year, but the original non-Panther content for training camp was here at Uncle Quan, the Panthers Experience. He made sure that you guys had behind the scenes, almost every day he was out there, coverage where you guys can say, "Oh, this is what Bryce is doing." He would even break down the plays, and I'll be like, "Well, darn, I hope nobody don't hear him because they'd be like, hey, you got to go, man. You breaking down trip set, da 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 da." And that's
Yeah,
one
man.
thing that I can't wait to training camp because I won't be there. He knows what I got going, but I'm gonna be flicking back when I'm on the road and be like, what's going on. So again, if you're not subscribed to the Panthers Experience, this is just the off season. Really, the season starts really July 27th. And I know he said he got something going on, but trust me, just because that
Yeah.
one day in between, everybody ain't gonna be there. Quan gonna be right there in the grind, in the heat, making sure that you guys got coverage. So again, you don't want to miss out if you're not subscribed over here to see the bad and the good of Bryce. So I'm gonna put it out there.
Yeah,
That's a fact, man.
I hope he turn up next year, man.
Me too. Me too, man. I
Yeah.
hope for the sake of this channel, for the sake of my damn well-being,
Oh,
I
sanity
hope he turn
or
up
sanity. He ain't using the
on
right word. His
everybody.
sanity.
Like facts, my sanity too, Doug. Like, look, man, because again, bro, my main thing with Bryce Young's success, it is not just Bryce Young. Like, of course, I like Bryce Young. I like who he is as a person. You know what I'm saying? I like how he, watching his career from high school, college. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. I like him, but my main thing on why I want him to succeed so bad is because of the team. Like, we've literally had a different starting quarterback every single year since 2018. But we had Cam, fucking Kyle Allen. We had the Taylor Heineke's, the PJ Walkers, the Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. We had so many different starting quarterbacks, and these all were quarterbacks that were just picked up off of free agency, that were just traded for or something like that. And it was just like, all right, well, can we get our own quarterback? Can we just draft one? And we finally drafted one. So I want this shit to work so bad, bro. And I believe it can. I truly believe that it will work, man. So with that being said, we're about to go ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hey, fellas, man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up on the panel with your boy, man. I definitely appreciate that. Y'all definitely gave me some different perspectives to kind of reflect on tonight, man. So I shout out to y'all boys, man. Y'all got any last words for the people?
So no, that's it, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, my
You, bro.
brother. Hey, as
All right.
always, fam. Hey, y'all let me know in the chat, man. If you guys are watching the replay or as you guys are getting out of here, leave a comment, man. Let me know. Is Bryce Young not being a vocal leader a bad thing, or are you okay with that, man? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Let's actually have a conversation in the comments. I'll see you guys on the flip side, man. As always, Y'all stay true to yourself. Keep being you. Follow those dreams, turn those dreams into goals, and go get it, fam. Love y'all. See y'all on the next stream, man. Peace.